This is a Dragon Blazer production.
Hello everyone, welcome to the first episode of Drunk Like Me, a Dead Like Me rewatch program where I, Steven, who has seen every episode of Dead Like Me, is going to watch it with my friend and co-host,
Summer.
That's right. Alright, for the first episode, we are obviously watching the first episode of Dead Like Me. Huh?
You're a genius. I'm
Thank
glad
you.
You figured that out on your own.
Yeah, absolutely. I am a genius. I'm so glad you recognize that, Summer. It is about damn time.
Listen, I said genius. Let's not let it go to your head. That's about all.
Too late.
Oh, well.
Already there.
Okay, time to leave.
Time to leave. All right, we are done with the first episode of the Dead Like Me podcast. We watched the pilot and nobody cares what we thought.
Yeah, sounds about right.
That's right. All right, well, let's start this episode by asking my co-host, Summer, how did you like the first episode, the pilot?
Well, it was definitely interesting. First of all, are we allowed to do spoilers? Is spoilers okay? I feel like spoilers are a big part of talking about it.
Well, you know what? It's a good time to mention that on this podcast, we will not spoil anything past the episode that we are on. So anything you watched on that episode, fair game.
Okay, cool. Alright, so first of all, her death is epic. She gets taken out by a piece of space metal that happens to be a toilet seat. Like,
yes.
If you're gonna die, you might as well go by death via space toilet seat.
I don't know. I think that's a pretty shitty way to go.
Ah, look at you. Look at you. Wow, this is why you have no friends.
Oh! That's why I podcast.
That's exactly why you have a podcast. I would just like to say that I'm not chained to a radiator right now, and I'm here on my own free will.
That's right. That's a disclaimer. She is here of her own free will.
But anyway, yeah, I really liked it. They, the way that they set up the beginning keeps you enticed and makes you want to figure out, why is this happening? Why is it this person? Kind of weirded out by the whole touch thing. Just because I don't like germs in general, so now if anybody comes up to me and they touch me and they're like, Summer, I'm going to be like, no.
These are magical germs that they take out of their body.
Yeah, I bet that's what strippers say too.
I don't know, let's go ask. We need to take a quick break to go ask a stripper.
Where can you find, hold on, we gotta Google, where to find a stripper at 3:27 a.m. in Mansfield, Ohio. It's gonna pop up and be like...
probably in a trunk.
No, you know where, we know exactly where they are. They're in the reservoir at the trails. But only the male strippers.
That's right.
Anyway, so it's super touching how now that the daughter is gone, the mom is like dealing with her bullshit. She, like, the whole, and like when she goes to the yard sale and she tells her to take the toy, and she's like saying things that are really meaningful that the daughter would have probably liked to hear while she was still alive. Like, that was a huge, huge message right there. So I think this is one of those shows where you're going to have funny, mysterious, and also, like, heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
Which is exciting because you never know what to expect. Kind of like her first mission, gotta take out a child. Like, what would you do if you were in her spot? Would you try to save the kid or go ahead and just kill the kid?
I would have saved the kid.
You would have saved the kid?
I would have done exactly. I get why at the end she ends up taking the child, but that would be so hard. And I'm really glad she did what she did, because as he mentions before she dies, it's going to be a very violent death. Yeah. So I don't think, knowing that, I would be able to be like, well, just sit there, let me take your germs. Little magical germs.
My magical germs.
Just take
this is going to hurt a lot. I'm sorry.
Well, okay, so I don't remember how much they touch about it on that episode, but they do kind of bring it up. When you take the soul, it is to keep you from feeling the impact.
Gotcha.
Okay, so if she would have taken her magical germs, then the child wouldn't have felt anything. But still, just the image of that is horrifying.
Yeah, it is, definitely. I don't know. I don't know if I would save the kid or kill the kid.
Okay, you also got to recognize she is not killing the kid.
Well, I mean,
the kid is meant to die.
Yeah, and that's another question I have. If the kid was meant to die, why didn't the kid just die? And then the soul is up for game.
Well, so,
like, if she wouldn't have saved the kid, would the kid lived until she took her soul?
That's what he was implying, but he mentioned that the soul goes bad.
Right.
If the kid was to stay alive with the soul, it would be a soul that was meant to be expired. So I'm not sure if that means all the serial killers we've had in life are from souls
Charles
not
Manson
taken.
Is a soul that
That's
was supposed
right.
to die when he was 4
He was supposed to die when he was 4.
Dead.
That's right.
Yeah. Wow.
That's why he killed a pregnant woman.
Makes so much sense.
Because he has a bad
Trump
soul.
Should have been murdered.
Well, we're just going right there, aren't we?
Going right there.
Going right there.
Skipping.
Well, I hope you're not Republican or a Trump supporter, because no longer are you going to listen to this podcast.
I'm just kidding. God bless America? Question mark?
I'm really trying not to tell the jokes I want to tell right now.
Magma. Feel that? Wow.
Make America great America again.
Great America.
Magma.
We're gonna make it huge.
Huge. This is gonna be a huge podcast.
It's gonna be so
No, it's
big.
not. I lost half the base. We just lost half the base.
We don't judge if you support Trump, you support Trump. We may differ in opinions and not support pedophiles, but...
Well, I just lost my mom.
Don't get me started on the Catholic Church.
Holy.
Can I get another?
I knew this was a mistake. Podcast over again. We're done. We are over. All right. Back to what we're supposed to be talking about. Just understand, she's drunk summer. That's why we have this podcast. All right. So, on this episode, who would you want to be best friends with on this episode? Who is your favorite character of the episode? Who did you identify the most with? Who did you like?
Okay, main character.
Ellen Muth, Georgia?
Georgia, yeah. Because she hates her life. She thinks nobody sees her. She wasn't expected to get killed by a toilet seat. Those are all things I can relate to.
You know I walk outside and I expect to die by a toilet seat from space every single time.
Man, you gotta be more creative.
Right. Right. Yeah, that is just so last week.
So last winter.
Right.
You should have thrown that out with your sweaters.
I don't have a lot of sweaters.
But yeah, Georgia for sure. And she's just like going through life and nobody sees her. And I kind of feel that way sometimes. So, like, I get it. Completely understand.
Yeah, I kind of connect with Georgia a lot too. And she was probably definitely my favorite on this episode as well. So, now, who in this episode, if you were on a ship, would you toss overboard?
Oh, jeez. Man, that's hard because I haven't seen a lot of the character develop yet. It's just been, like, laying ground for development. But
gun to your head, least favorite character.
Gun to my head, least favorite character.
Who?
If I don't answer, do I get shot?
If you don't answer, they're touching you and grabbing your germs.
Grabbing my germs.
Your ghost germs.
My lovely lady germs.
Your lovely lady germs. So who you tossing overboard to not get touched? No touchy! No touchy!
The girl cop.
Roxy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. The part where her person locked her out of her car so she wouldn't have to deal with her was great. I feel that. I think she's annoying.
I understand. So I don't know if you noticed this, but did you notice how the death that she takes is different than all the other deaths in the show?
Yeah.
And why?
Because she, like, everyone else, well, no, that's not true. I was going to say everybody else was killed for a reason, but that's not true because Georgia got hit with the flying toilet seat.
Yeah.
Did she choose to take that death?
No.
Because she was just standing there. Like,
no, there was specifically a different way, and there's a reason why, and I'll explain it when you figure it out. There's specifically a difference to the death she has over everyone else's. Like, cinematically, it was done differently.
Yeah, she, like, instead of touching, like, everybody else has been touched so far. She, like, reached in and pulled her out.
Exactly.
So she didn't, like, do it anonymously. She was just like, hey, here, come here, you're dead.
Well, not only did she not do it anonymously, so the difference between everyone else's is they touched them before they died.
Right.
So they took their soul before. So that woman that died by a piano falling on her head, she felt the impact. She didn't take the...
Oh,
She did not take the soul out before...
That.
That's why she grabs her soul out from her body after she dies, because she did not take the soul out before.
So she's like letting them be punished even more.
Yeah, she's
like,
a bitch.
This fucking piano. And that wasn't a little piano. That was a little keyboard.
Grand piano.
A grand piano.
How often does that happen?
I'm Googling how many people have been killed by a grand piano. I need to know this.
Fair enough. But yeah, that was the difference. Like every single other one, not only did they touch them beforehand, but after they die, their ghost shows up behind them and they don't fully realize what just happened until they see their dead body. But
Right.
that girl, she came out of her dead body.
Right. She was pulled out of her dead body.
Yeah. That's something I didn't really think about. In fact, when I was watching it, I was like, that's weird. Why did she grab her from the wreckage?
Right.
But then it just dawned on me. What's because she didn't take her soul out beforehand. So, Roxy's a bit of a bitch, and I kind of support your dislike for her.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Well, I thought this was going to be an answer, but maybe not. Hold on. 1, 2, 3.
This is
4.
riveting content.
There have been 4 people killed by falling pianos.
So it has happened.
It has happened 4 times in history.
In history.
According to this Washington City paper article from April 12th, 2013. So, more people. It could be up to 6 by now. We need to stop this pandemic of falling.
Whoa, trigger words. What is with you and trigger words? We're not talking about pandemics. We're not talking about politics.
Let me pull my mask back up and get back to my conformity.
Oh my goodness. No. Just lost the rest of them. Well, that's it. End of the show. Once again, we're done. Goodbye. Alright, so my producer, which is me, told me we need to get back to work. So, not canceled again. Alright, so my next question is, what were your opinions on the cinematography, the weird toads at the beginning, and there was a couple of interesting scenes, I feel. Like the fly when it went into the bank. Mm-hmm. The fact that her sister was invisible.
Yeah,
at the start.
That was interesting.
You just see her little glasses floating along.
At first, I was like, I didn't really see that. I'm gone. There's something occurring in my mind that made me think that there were glasses floating in that room, but now they're gone. So maybe I'm just too drunk, something.
Fair enough.
But didn't know that the sister appeared, and she was like, oh, she's not really invisible, but I don't see her. And I was like, ow.
I mean, that's probably us. I mean, I have had a sister, but I was 10 years older, so she was kind of cute and fun.
That's weird.
I feel like you're taking this to a much different avenue than we needed to take that. Okay?
Okay, back on point.
Damn it, Drunk Summer.
We're gonna rewind and get back to where we were. Don't even remember what the question was. Oh, the cinematography. Yeah, I did really like it, especially the part that you mentioned before with the bank. The whole bank scene I thought was amazing. The build-up was kind of all over the place, but I liked how they introduced whatever the horror bank teller name
The
was.
office slut?
Yeah, the office slut.
Yeah, I don't remember her name. Let's just stick with office slut.
It starts with a B, because they all started with B's.
Yeah, bitch. The bitch.
The bitch.
The bitch
and
office
Barry,
slut.
And then it shows Barry's wife at home in a whole different scene going through a whole different thing. And then that poor bank robber just out.
That poor bank robber. That very sad man holding a gun to everyone's face.
You could tell that he didn't really want to murder anyone.
That's true.
But when the cop threw the gun across the floor, I was like, all right, it's going to accidentally go off and shoot the baby. Because, baby.
Jeez.
I'm like, let's see how dark this is going to get. This is what's going to happen.
I want to argue with you that, you really think this show's going to kill a baby? But they do kill a kindergartner. They do kill a kindergartner, so... You know what? Babies are fair game. Kill the babies.
Kill the babies.
This is not what we here at Drunk Like Me want to accept. We do not condone killing babies.
Or kindergartners.
Or they can be little assholes, though.
Listen, once they get to like fourth grade, fair game.
Fourth grade.
Wow, they're almost as high as you. Aren't you to like sixth grade?
I'm gonna gauge you one. I guess if I wanted proper pronunciation, I would have gone with sober summer, but instead, I have drunk summer.
Who is in zero gauge?
What gate is sober summer in? Second. She's in second.
No, she's totally graduated. She went to Harvard and everything. She's huge.
Yes, because people who go to proper schools say huge. I'm sorry. Once again, damn it. Show over again. We're done. This is it. All right. I feel like we need to regroup. Because we keep going off topic and losing listeners that we do not have. So let's take
out there.
So let's take a break for our sponsors. I mean, sponsor. We're not going to get that many sponsors. I mean, come on. Trump is going to close us down. Damn it! I did it again. All right, take a break for our sponsors. Go. All right. Before we do these sponsors, we have a few bloopers for you. Hey everybody, welcome to the first podcast of Drunk Like Me, a Dead Like Me rewatch podcast where I, Steven, have seen the show Dead Like Me, but my co-host,
Summer,
has never seen it. So we're going to rewatch this podcast. Hello everyone, welcome to the first episode of Drunk Like Me, where I, Steven, here's another one. Now, on to our sponsor. Alright, and we're back from unnamed sponsored here. Alright. So, next I want to ask you, and I think we may have touched up on it, but just in case, what was your favorite scene of the episode?
the bank scene was absolutely my favorite scene. There was just so much going on inside of it and so much build up to it. It's kind of like everything that happened from the beginning was meant for just that one scene. And I was kind of into it because you go in and you're like, okay, somebody's going to die on the banana peel, because that's the idea that they put in your head. Like from the very first shot of the bank floor with the banana peel in it to them saying, you know, it's going to be the banana peel. So you're thinking it's going to be the banana peel. But then Homeboy comes in to rob the place.
Homeboy comes in?
And then crazy baby mama come in, wanting to know where Barry is, with a gun, waving it around, ready to shoot people. So you really have no clue what's going to happen and who's going to die. It's intense. Intense. I like it.
Yeah, it's a good scene.
For sure.
And I just, something about a mother holding a child.
And a gun.
And a gun, pointing at people just to find out, is my baby cheating on me?
Right. Don't lie to me. Is my baby cheating? Yes, ma'am. For 2 years. What?
For 2 years.
What? I feel like that bank robber was like, man, I just wanted to rob this bank.
It's like, I just needed some money. Like,
I don't need Barry's wife in here right now asking all these questions with all these people. Like, this is an episode of Maury, and it was supposed to be an episode of Cops and Robbers.
Right.
Like, what is happening? He probably went home and, like, became a good Christian boy. He goes selling Bibles now because he's like, good Lord in heaven, I will never be bad again. This crazy shit.
Who knew that trying to rob a bank would go so horribly wrong? So
horribly wrong. Like, Barry's wife, I feel bad for her. Do you think, okay, random, we got a little sidetracked here, but not really. So Barry's wife looks a lot like Georgia when she looks in the mirror. Like, you know how Georgia doesn't see herself how she really is? I think Barry's wife looks a lot like her, which I thought was weird. Do you think that's the same person?
No, I believe it was two different actors.
Yeah?
But, I can see the similarities.
Yeah.
But, fake, not real Georgia is way uglier.
Oh, she looks like a crackhead.
She definitely...
Like, no joke. If I was Georgia's mom and this girl's like, ooh, give me this doll, blah, 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 I'd be like, you were definitely a crackhead.
Oh, you need somewhere to stash your drugs? Cool. Cool.
I'm gonna put some crack in this fruity doll.
Right.
Frankenfruity. Then she's like, oh, I'll give you $5 for it. And George's mom's like, I ain't selling you that. And then she's like, all right, give me the $5. Bitch, you said it was 75 cents. The sticker says 75 cents.
Bitch, please.
Price gouging whore is what she is. Jeez.
I mean, no sympathy for the mother who lost her child, I guess.
She was an ass to begin with, though. But I feel like she's regretting it. I feel like she's realizing that she wasn't... Well, she knows, because she said she felt like she wasn't a good enough mom or something like that.
Oh, yeah, you would be questioning so much.
Oh, for sure.
Especially your final words is, you'll be wearing this to your funeral.
Right.
And guess what?
Yikes.
Well, I don't know if those clothes lasted long enough to make it to the funeral. Or Georgia in that matter.
Yeah.
I think she kind of exploded.
That's a brutal way to die.
Right? Humiliating and brutal.
Yeah. How'd your daughter die? Oh, she got killed by a flying toilet seat.
From space.
From space.
From space.
Wow. Yeah, that would be pretty shitty.
People start writing about astronauts now.
Oh, God. Get the junk out of space. We need space to be clean.
No space junk.
The Lord can't do his work if space ain't clean. We can't have toilets flying through the sky, murdering people all willy-nilly.
God is outside of Earth.
You, sir, are the reason Jesus sent his toilet seat to the earth. He's like, sitting on the throne.
Damn it.
Like, incoming.
Jeez, I think we lost one from computers.
Listeners, they're not viewing anything.
Dear Lord, I am so
Find
sorry.
my OnlyFans account.
We have sinned.
Oh,
Amen. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Chocolate covered
Amish. No.
Amish. Amish.
Amish.
American cheese.
Cheese.
Cheers. Jesus Christ.
Cheese. No. Cut this.
I said Jesus.
Time out.
Jesus, not Jesus. Cheese. Us. Christ.
But you...
The Holy Spirit's Father.
I'm just...
God is Gouda.
We are not going to get a second episode. Spotify is going to hear this and be like, no.
Oh, gosh. Good thing I didn't drink anymore. But anyway. What was your favorite scene? I'm curious.
I don't even think it's a tie, but since you already said the bank scene, I agree, that's probably the best scene of the show in that episode. But I really enjoyed them going to their first squatter's house, and they're just like, oh, this is really nice. This is really... Turns around and there's just a line of dead bodies on the ground.
And the woman that's hogtied on the
counter. Hogtied!
Don't forget about the woman that's hogtied on the counter.
And he's not phased at
all. At all. He's just like...
And she's just screaming like, shit! Shit! What? Shit! Fuck!
Right. And he's like, oh, yeah, this woman's hogtied. This guy's teeth are on the counter.
Yeah. It's fine.
Did you see the guy's teeth?
Oh, yeah. Well, he explained they were tortured. Those two were tortured. The other ones were just executed.
Right.
And he's just like not freaking out. He's like, they have cleaners for this.
Right.
I wouldn't want to be in that house when those cleaners show up.
Well, they can refuse, or they can decide who they reveal themselves to, right?
Okay. What do you mean?
So, like, if cleaners showed up, they can decide if the cleaners see them or not.
No. They're not ghosts.
No.
They are...
Okay, because the guy... Remember in the beginning, they're at the funeral and the guy's sitting on the couch. Rube? Okay, Rube said that he can choose to reveal himself to people or not.
I think that was more like... So... And this is possibly with future knowledge of the show.
Dun, dun, dun.
But...
Just making
I think he more meant that he can conversate if he wants to with them, but he doesn't have to.
Okay.
But once you get a physical body, the only thing that protects them from people recognizing them is that they look different to normal, not dead humans.
Right.
So they're...
Because, yeah, that would freak you out if your coworker died last week and then suddenly your coworker's walking around again.
I don't know if they ever approach this subject, but I don't think they can die. That is the one, like, power or something other than taking souls, blah, blah, blah. The one thing is I do not believe they can die. So...
I mean, they're already dead.
They're already dead.
Can't die again.
So if those cleaners showed up, but I imagine it still hurts.
Oh, yeah. God, it hurts too.
If they did something to him.
And you notice, like, when the guy walked through her the one time, or the other guy sat on her, it took, like, energy from her, if you were paying attention. Yeah. So, I mean, it's got to be exhausting to have a 270-pound man sit on you.
I want to know.
I feel like you're lying to me.
We support gay people too.
We do.
Yes.
Got it. Steven's got his pride flag wrapped over his shoulders right now.
I don't have a pride flag. But I support it, and I would get a pride flag. Damn it, now I gotta buy a pride flag.
We'll get it with the penis pasta.
What penis? What? Why are we having penis pasta?
We talked about it earlier with someone else. And now that's all I can think about. Dick pasta.
Dick pasta. You just want a bunch of dicks in your mouth, huh?
Well... Anyway.
You're like the crack whore.
What?
I said you're like the crack whore.
I'm like the crack whore. Okay.
Fake George.
Fake George. Fake George the crack whore. That sounds like those Clifford books when you were little that you would read. Clifford and the crack whore.
Clifford and the crack whore.
Clifford and the crack whore take a walk.
This is when Clifford finds powdery substance on the ground.
Clifford and the crack whore go to the park. Clifford and the crack whore find a homeless man. Clifford and the crack whore catch the homeless man on fire.
Clifford found out that crack whores is the only time that he can sniff a butt and not get in trouble. They're too high. See, they're way too high.
Clifford in his days at Guantanamo Bay.
Clifford doesn't like it. He's fixed.
Oh, God.
Son of a bitch.
We're too easily distracted.
Wait, right? What are we talking about again?
We're talking about your favorite part. And,
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what was your least favorite part?
My least favorite part? Alright. So least favorite part would probably have to be the end. When she had taken the soul of the child. Because the child just falls over dead. Like, no. You build up all this hype about you killing this kid, and she's just gonna fall over? I was expecting to see this girl get hit by a random car thing.
In the forest.
No,
just
like,
a random
they're
careening
on a train.
car.
Like a car from the train, a box car from the train.
Oh.
Like she falls out and rolls on top of her.
Jeez.
Or like...
It's like, you're mad because she didn't die in a more horrific way.
Don't fill it up someone's death if you're not going to show me something juicy.
This is a public service announcement from Summer.
I'm just saying, like,
if you're going to kill the kid, make sure it's violent and terrifying.
I'm just saying. It would have been more exciting if they were like, she caught on fire because gas from this leaked onto her and now she's in flames. I don't know. Like, don't just pass out.
Oh.
At least, why did she
Peaceful, nice death for the little kindergartner girl.
No. That's not how it should have gone.
No. She should have enjoyed that death. And go balls to the wall.
Balls deep.
Balls. Once again.
Anyway.
5, 6, 7-year-old girl. You just said balls deep.
I retract my statement.
Another public service announcement.
I'm going to take a moment from presidential. What words do I need here?
That's right.
This is a presidential moment. I'm retracting.
Oh, no.
I did not.
We're not political.
I did not.
We're talking about a show from 2002. 2003.
Who was president then?
2003?
Uh-huh. Was it Bush?
It might have been Bush. Well, Bush was during 2001, and let's see, Obama. Why are we talking about this?
I don't know. I need to know now, though, so I have to Google it.
It would be Bush or Obama. Well, he won in 2008?
I stopped caring about the presidency when Bush left office.
Is that right?
Who was president in... Oh, why can't I spell? Come on, Google.
I believe alcoholism
helps
with that.
Get with Drunk Summer. Who was president in 2003? George W. Bush.
It was Bush. So 2004 must have been.
I knew it was Bush. He may not have been the smartest president, but he sure was adorable.
Oh my gosh. So since we're going down that path, have you ever seen the show That's My Bush?
No, I have not. Can we... which bushes are we talking about? Is this a home improvement show where they come in and they fix bushes? Or is this like... That's My Bush show?
It's a show, a comedy made by the creators of South Park, Matt Stone and Trey Parker. It's a comedy sitcom about President Bush and his family.
I'm excited. I need this in my life.
It's great. I don't know licensing rights here, so I can't have you listen to the intro on the podcast, but it's got a fantastic intro.
I'm so excited.
We will play that outside of that. In fact, we're going to pause right now, and we're going to get her reaction. Because that's what this podcast is about.
My reaction.
We have changed from Drunk Like Me to the That's My Bush Drunk podcast. Everybody. All right, we're going to get to her reaction.
Drunken Bush podcast.
Inquiring minds want to know, Summer, how you feel about this intro.
Do they, though?
They do.
Okay, that's pretty great. I feel like That's My Bush should be a part of my everyday life. Especially when he's dressed as like the housemaid with the plunger in his hand. George W. Bush is
that your Bush?
A national treasure.
You're right.
He is my Bush.
He's your Bush?
He's my favorite Bush. He's so small and adorable. He is the best Bush there is. There is no better Bush than Bush.
Fair. What about the burning bush?
The burning bush? Listen, don't even get me started on biblical things. This is a whole podcast no one is asking for. We don't need to talk about Moses. None of them. Nope.
None of them.
So my roommate is Asian, and one night she was talking about all the different like sectors of the church and things. And I was trying to explain to her the difference between the Pentecostal church, the Methodist church, and the Catholic church. And the whole time, she's just looking at me like I'm the stupidest person in the world. Because I'm telling her, and after I sat there and explained all of this, because, I was a pastor's wife for a while, I've seen every angle of this giant charade / pyramid scheme. So, after I told her all this, she's like, that's just stupid. And I go to bed, we have this whole long conversation, and I go to bed, I'm laying in bed, and I'm like, that's just stupid. These guys are telling us, okay, we need to pray to the mother, because the mother is so holy. Also, give all your money to the church. You keep 10% for yourself.
This is not necessarily the views and opinions of Drunk Like Me podcast.
Just Drunk Summers.
Just Drunk Summers.
So, and then you have the Methodist church, where depending on where you go, it's once saved, always saved. Jesus died for your sins, blah, 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 Then you got the Pentecostal church, where every time you sin, you are crucifying Jesus all over again. I've probably sinned. Jesus has probably been crucified at least 45 times in this entire length of the podcast so far. So
at least the Christians have already left from all the Trump talk.
And if you were still hanging around, I'm sorry. Yeah, you have Easter and Christmas. You're welcome.
Please do not share the views of the Drunk Like Me podcast
I'm just saying, though, have you ever really thought about stuff like that? What you really believe when it comes to God and the church and everything that we've been taught? Because it seems like with every different denomination, these were just the things that were going on in my head. With every different denomination and denomination, whatever, subdomination. But anyway, it just seems like this person was like, I agree with 90% of what you're saying, but I'm going to take this 10% that I don't agree with, and I'm going to start a whole new church. We're going to kind of have your same ideas, but women can't wear pants.
We're sticking to that policy. Women should not wear pants.
I think it's very important that women wear pants.
I have, and I'm a Christian, but I don't I don't consider myself any part of those I do. I understand what you're saying, and I agree. Personally, like, I am a Christian. I believe in God. I accept Jesus in my heart. And now we're getting the other way. But I understand. I don't like the fact that, oh, my God's the right God. Right. No, my God is the right God. Let's kill each other for that reason. Right. Because your Bible is slightly different than mine.
Exactly. And that's what I mean. Like, the different denominations, they're like, you can't have that Methodist friend because you're going to go to hell.
Right.
How dare you? They believe once saved, always saved. Can you imagine that? Like, think about a golden crow on a Sunday afternoon. Can you imagine some of the things those people say about each other? Do you know she goes to a Pentecostal church?
My God.
They're speaking in tongues over there. Speaking in tongues? Well, you could be like Betty over there. They go to a Methodist church, and they believe once saved, always saved. Can you believe that? Don't even get me started on Barry the Baptist. We're just going back to Barry because that's the most familiar name in my head. I think it's just because the whole sex scene where Barry and were just going.
I'm so glad that we tied your Christian, your religious views with our show. It still's the Drunk Like Me podcast, and not summer views.
Not summer views, just drunk and you know what I mean.
We are going to get no listeners.
I mean, I feel
they cut it off.
Somebody's going to be drunk or high enough. They're going to be like, this shit's kind of funny. Why is she not doing stand-up? Because I prefer to sit down.
And that's why we podcast, everyone.
Right. No one needs to see this. Live? Hot mess. Anyway, next question.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I've lost control of this podcast.
The ship is sinking, Captain.
I don't know what happened.
Drunk summer happened.
Oh.
Now we just have to live with the after effects. Call your doctor in the morning.
Wow, we've got so many views. So many views. I think we're changing it. No more Drunk Like Me.
We're changing it to Crazy Woman. Rants on and on about churches and Barry. She also likes the murder of small children. But only when it's violent.
Only when it's violent.
Oh my gosh.
That girl died way too nicely.
I'm just saying. It would have made for a better storyline.
We all heard what you're saying.
It would have been a better storyline if her death was more tragic.
Huh?
It would have been a better storyline if her death was more tragic. Like, I would have felt...
I feel like child dying is enough of a tragedy. As a father and as a mother, I feel like just the death is enough.
Yeah, and then, but like, they never show, like, her parents finding out she's dead. That's my thing, like, they leave so many unanswered questions in this show. That's the only thing I don't like about it so far. Because, like, if they could have shown, like, the reaction of Death by Piano Lady, like, say you see her boyfriend, like, finding out, that would have, like, been something to, like, complete it. You know what I mean? Yeah, the little girl going to the weird little circus in the sky at the end, which I think James Jones and all his fans were going for when they took the Kool-Aid.
Oh my goodness.
Now let's bring in the sky.
Bring in the Kool-Aid reference, huh?
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't like a nice grape cyanide punch? That's how I'm going out.
No. I draw the line on talking about committing suicide on this podcast.
It's only a problem when you stop talking about it.
Well, I lost my co-host.
Not yet.
She drinks the Kool-Aid.
Give it a few days.
No, that's not what we are here.
We do not condone suicide.
Here at Drunk Like Me, we do not condone the actions of Summer.
Hold on, I feel like we need to throw out the suicide hotline number since we're making these little jokes here.
If you or anyone you know,
call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255. And remember, somebody always cares. Just not me.
No. It was so nice up until that point.
Hold on. I think there's a number you can text too. I'm trying to figure that out. In all seriousness,
this is no laughing matter.
This is no laughing matter. Okay, but you can reach a crisis text line. You can text the word home to 741-741-24/7. It's a lot of 4s and 7s. But, yeah. Reach out if you're feeling sad. Even us, we're strangers, but you need someone to talk to, we got you. Now on to shenanigans.
Well, I'm glad you eased us in there.
Right.
To shenanigans.
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 Sound like you said synagogues. Let's not.
No.
My people are always getting burned. Let's walk away from that one.
Oh, jeez. Now on to predictions with Drunk Summer. Now, on to the show where we ask Summer, what are your predictions of what happens next? Or later on in the show, anytime.
I don't know. I kind of feel like those weird little gremlin things are like, you know how like some people don't get their soul switched over and it rots? I kind of feel like those guys could be them. I'm probably wrong, but I just feel like that could be a thing.
That's the point of predictions.
Right. Yeah,
That's an interesting prediction. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, my brain's weird. It works in weird ways. Not mysterious, weird. Let's see. I think that Georgia and her mom are going to have, like, a reconnection. Or, like, the mom's going to go batshit crazy and kill herself, and that's going to be one of the people that Georgia has to touch.
Ooh.
Wouldn't that be interesting?
That would be interesting.
She'd be like, oh, I gotta go to this place at this time, blah, 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 blah. Oh, my mom's here. Where's my mom? Oh, fuck. Gotta kill my mom today.
Or any of her family members.
It's gonna be the little sister. The little sister's gonna kill herself.
We've already killed kids.
I mean, yeah.
Maybe the sister would be slightly more violent.
Hopefully, damn. I mean, she's already invisible, so. Let's see.
So is George now.
Literally. I think that George and the younger guy might get together. Like, bow, chicka, that exactly. So those are my predictions. I'm interested to see, what was her name? Betty and Rube. I'm interested to see who their last person is. I don't know why, but I'm excited to see one of them move on.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I kind of want to see what happens with the waitress at the diner. Because they always have the same waitress. And she's always like, y'all ain't human. Like, just kind of, she has that look on her face like...
Yeah, we need a spin-off of the waitress at the...
Yes.
The Waffle House or whatever it's called.
Yes, it is a Waffle House, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Waffle House
It was
is
like
the best.
a German waffle type place. I can't remember the name of the
Makes me want breakfast food, that's all I know. And we're not going to eat at a certain unnamed...
Oh, this is the time to plug your unnamed.
No, I don't want to.
Nope, don't
not
go.
Not a fan.
Don't go to any breakfast places.
None of the breakfast places. Especially ones that are known for pancakes. Don't go to them.
Don't go to those.
Nope.
Absolutely.
But for the love of God, if you do, please tip your fucking server. And be patient with her. She has to wear a fucking mask in a 140-degree kitchen. And if you see the manager, tell the manager she's doing a good fucking job. Because she has to deal with a staff of like 40 fucking people. And 90% of the time, most of them are high or borderline retarded. And it's so hot in the goddamn building. And she has to wear a mask and wash her hands 183 times a day. And deal with vendors and other managers and just some dumb bullshit all the time. So just stop her and be like, hey, you look nice today. You're doing a great job. Those are the best pancakes I've ever eaten in my life. That's all you gotta do. Just a little...
A public service announcement from Drunk Summer.
Support your local managers.
Support your local managers.
You are the reasons we drink.
Don't be a Karen. Don't be a Karen.
Because there are managers that are not afraid to let you know that they know that they're bitches. And I am one of them. I don't care about your discount. Your eggs tasted too eggy? Yes, ma'am. I'll take that off for you. Just, for the love of God, be nice. Wear your fucking masks. Wash your hands. It's that simple.
That simple.
That simple. Tip your fucking server.
Tip your waitress or server.
Yeah, do the surveys. Those things... Man, those surveys, they help a sister out.
Yeah, we created this podcast so we can tell you to tip your fucking server.
Yes, always. Even if they're bad, like start at that, what is it, 10%? 7%? I don't even know what they're supposed to be.
Well, traditionally you tip 15 to 20%.
Okay.
That is a good service.
So start at your baseline. Always tip that baseline. If they're shitty, just tip that baseline. If they're good, go above the baseline to where you think they should be. That way you're not a shitty person because you never tip and they're only getting $3 worth when they're $3 worth.
Now watch. All the polarizing shit we have said in this podcast. The thing people are going to start bitching about is right here. I can't believe these motherfuckers told me to tip my server. What if she's shitty?
That would probably be it. But they don't realize, especially right now, with the way the world is due to COVID, nobody really realizes what's going on. So let me run you through one customer. Okay. Server puts on her mask. Server washes her hands, puts on her gloves. She walks to the front. She seats the customer. She goes to the back. She gets some paper menus and silverware. In that time, she has to wash her hands, change her gloves again because she's changing what she's doing. Go to the table, get the drinks, get the drink order, put down the silverware and the menu, walk back, wash her hands, change her gloves, get the drinks, take the drinks back to the table, hopefully take their order, walk back, put the order in, change the gloves, wash hands again, wait on food by dropping by all 95 of her other tables. Okay, maybe not 95, but then she has to go in the back, wash and glove up again, and then individually portion out your salt, pepper, ketchup, syrup, any condiment that you want has to be individually portioned now. We can't just give you a bottle of ketchup. You have to have a portion of ketchup. And then these girls take their stuff to the tables where they ask for 7 more 2-ounce cups of fucking ketchup. We're not even going to talk about that. But then they have to wash their hands, dry their hands, check on other tables, get drink refills. Every time they're going in and out of the kitchen, they're washing their hands, they're changing their gloves, doing all of that over and over and over again. And these people don't realize that. So what started with a 7-minute ticket to table time is now like 15 minutes because you have to stop and wash your hands and change your gloves again. You have to portion out all this stuff. And people don't realize that. They're like, why aren't they being faster? Why'd you have to spread the corona? Why did your ass have to leave your home where you're safe? I'm just saying. People don't realize how hard servers have it, and cooks have it, and managers have it, because not only do I have to wash and glove up all the time, I have to make sure that they're all washing and gloving up and wearing face masks and checking their temperature as soon as they get in the door. I have to make sure no one's shitting themselves or coughing or seeming a little out of it today.
This has been the Drunk Summer Serving Podcast.
We're just covering all topics. Also, these pretzel crisps, they're pretty good. Highly recommend.
We do not get paid by Pretzel Crisps.
We don't. That's why we're not adding in the name of the pretzel crips. Pretzel Crips.
Pretzel Crips. They are going to bust a cap in your mouth.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to do a flavor drive-by.
Flavor drive-by.
Oh my god. But anyway, I'm excited to see where the show goes. I really wasn't too sure that I'd be into it at first, but I'm liking it.
All right. Well, that's the end of our podcast, Drunk Like Me. So raise your glasses. Salute. Hey everyone, I'm Steven from many different podcasts like Drunk Like Me, Pro Wrestling Apologist, The Rage and Blaze Show, and of course, That Got Dark. So, please like and subscribe